Iron Man was super popular when I was a kid.
You're a little bit older than me, but like most kids, it was Batman, X-Men, Superman, like
but Iron Man was the shit, dude. Iron Man was very popular. The Hulk was very popular.
I love the Hulk.
Spider-Man was very popular. I was a Marvel guy. I really didn't get into DC comics that much.
Fucking love all of it. I love all that shit. But
I just never followed them. It's not that I don't like them. I never followed them. But
Marvel had a more
Marvel.
Marvel had a better buy-in. Like the awkward teenager that gets the super, like not that many people are born billionaires that become I think
DC was more like, I know they're all really old, right? But I think DC, it reminds me of like a World War II mentality or something. Like the origin stories for these people. Yeah. It was more clunky. Came from another planet. Shut the fuck up.
Hulk's a normal dude.
Right.
And
normal scientist.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Right.
Everyone could buy in on that, right? Like
everybody
I'm just a nerd, but don't push me.
This guy gets bit by a radioactive spider.
I'm a nerdy teenager.
His uncle who took care of him gets killed because he callously lets these bad guys run past him.
And nobody knows this, but he could actually shoot the webs out of his dick and his asshole. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's where spiders shoot webs out of, right?
The web thing is so ridiculous. Like, he invented this shit that's better than anything anyone's ever figured out ever. Like, he could be a fucking super billionaire just from that web.
Right, exactly.
The idea that we buy into the fact that this fucking college kid invented this stuff that shoots from his wrist in a never-ending supply.
He's shooting
and allows him to grab buildings and swing.
He's shooting these thick ropes out of his wrists, and I'm like, bro, if I would buy all that shit, But
where's it coming from? Where's all that shit coming from? That's the problem. There's no storage tank on him. He's just shooting these webs, and they're just flying off of him from what? Are you making that stuff?
Well, what is that? The easy thing is always like, he's a genius, the smartest guy on the planet,
but if he only invented the web, that guy could invent anything. He could make antimatter devices.
My point.
He's that smart?
My point was, the shittiest comics that I didn't read are these billion-dollar, like Ant-Man? Who the fuck ever read Ant-Man, So in that same kind of feeling.
It's just a run out of like superhero narratives.
That might be true.
I think it is. And you know what else? I hate to say this, I gotta pee again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go do it.
I'm super hydrated.
Go do it, man.
Whew. So yeah, I
just found Jamie's was Morbius.
Morbius was cool. I used to like Blade. Blade was my favorite.
Oh, Blade's the best.
Blade was the shit. He had teak knives. There were knives made out of teak wood so he could kill vampires.
He came out of his mom and just fucking killed her.
He was a bad motherfucker.
Blade was dope, and Wesley Snipes is...
That movie, the beginning scene of that movie, where Tracy Lords leads that guy into the middle of this disco, and all these vampires are dancing, and he doesn't know they're vampires, and then the blood starts spraying, and it's a fucking amazing scene. It's one of the best scenes in any horror movie ever. It's so cool, too. And just the imagery when this guy goes through this and he starts recognizing that it looks like these are human bodies that are hanging from there.
I love that you knew that.
Oh my God.
Tracy Lords.
Yeah.
All the act.
Yeah, this was an amazing scene. And then Blade shows up and kills all the vampires. It's fucking incredible, man. It's such a good scene. Like, to this day, even if I don't watch the whole movie, I'll throw this scene on. Because it's when the guy realizes that there's blood coming out of the ceiling, and then he looks up, he sees the faucet,
bloodbath,
and it just starts spraying. And the way it's shot is like almost like stop action, because whoever the director was, they did an amazing job of like setting it up where it's like the chaos of the moment, it's expressed in the way he filmed it.
Yeah.
Like for the guy who's getting sprayed with blood, surrounded by vampires and freaking out, like everything's chaotic. He's seeing them dance around their fangs, and they're all looking at him.
That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of the cherry juice or whatever they use.
Yeah, whatever the fuck they use. Everybody's covered, and so he's trying to get out of there. They're beating the fuck out of him. Yeah. And after they beat the fuck out of him, Blade shows up.
Yeah, Disney owns Marvel.
Like they're ready to kill him.
I don't think they're gonna make something this blood drenched for kids.
I wonder if they're done now with this. There's a new Blade that's coming out.
Yeah, I heard.
Right? I wonder if it's gonna be like this though.
Hire me as the writer and it'll be good. I mean,
this fucking scene's amazing though. This is the first time you see Blade. They're all freaking out. The Daywalker. and they all freak out as soon as they see him. This fucking scene's amazing, man. Oh, it ended. Oh, you teased me.
But I just talking about this, when I'm like reflecting on like what I like, my superheroes are the Hulk, Spider-Man. Like, you did something to me, and now you're gonna fucking learn what time it is. Like,
right.
And yours, you tend more towards werewolves, blood, vampire. No, like, you like the monsters, right?
I do.
You're more of a monster guy. But yeah, my point with all of it was just the fact that as like, I'm a super nerd. Like, I fucking buy original comic art. Like, as someone like that, it's kind of surreal to be in a world where these, like, someone's mom knows who Tony Stark is, right? Like, only nerds would know that, right?
Right, back in the day.
So I'm having a very similar feeling on set because I've done artwork or I've been on movie sets before, and I've never been in a scenario where 95% of Beef, the Netflix show I did, the cast is Asian. So like at the height of my gambling, right? When I'm being flown to Macau, when I'm flying and taking every like penthouse suite in Vegas, that was a surreal, like, here's a bus full of hookers. Here's every drug you want, even though you don't do drugs. Here's like, everyone's calling me Sir, Mr. Choe. Like, that doesn't happen anywhere else in my life except for there.